I'm Graydon, and this has been Buster, where I buy, watch, review budget bit movies for you. Today's movie is not necessarily something I have a budget for you guys. Today's movie is actually something that was given to me. It's a screener. I got a screener copy from Saban Films of a movie called Escape. I'm going to place it right up here. Right here. It's going to be the poster of this entire video. What this movie is about, it's a pretty much the name says it all. It's an escape movie. You have to fight for your survival. That type of movie, kind of a prison break type of movie, stuff like this. Let's get into the synopsis really quick and talk about this film that I was given a screener for from Saban Films. Yeah, you know Saban Films, the same ones who did Power Rangers and all that, and who also did Cult Killer, who I also did one. So I'm going to stick that up here in the little thumbnail. So check out that review if you haven't yet. So right now I'm going to talk to you guys about Escape. Best friends Carla and Tasman embark on a serene island vacation, seeking relaxation and adventure. Their idyllic getaway takes an anonymous turn when a ruthless criminal gang kidnaps them. As the gang soon discovers, they have gravely underestimated the strength and determination of these two women. What was meant to be an easy score becomes a high-stakes game of survival as Carla and Tasman turn the tables on their captors and transform a vacation nightmare into a gripping tale of empowerment, resilience, and unexpected retribution. Yes, folks, that is the entire tagline for this movie, for Escape. Escape by Saban Films is a story about survival in dire circumstances, set with the undertone of one of the hardest situations to talk about in a movie. What I mean by this, ladies and gentlemen, what I mean by this is we're talking trafficking, human trafficking, which is Sound of Freedom did a great job into talking about that. It's an epidemic in this world today. This topic is a hard one to talk about in public, like face to face, like I'm talking to you guys today. But it's also a hard one to talk about in a movie setting because you can either have it be one way or the other. You can either make it so unbelievable that no one thinks this is real, or you go too real and it scares everyone off. So, unless you know what is the underlying story, that's what the underlying story is of this. Thousands of people get trafficked each and every day, and some don't survive it. Others escape. Others are rescued from it, but some don't even see a rescue or an escape. Unless you know this going in, now you do. This might turn you away during that reveal of this movie. Carla and Tasman are the main female characters in here. They take a vacation in paradise, or but the paradise returns a horror to them when they're kidnapped by guys assigned to bring them in. Yeah, it's not like bounty hunters. Like, these are guys who were assigned by a mysterious benefactor to put them in a shipping to capture 10 girls, 10 blonde haired girls, and ship them overseas in a shipping container to be trafficked. That's the premise of this movie. The villains are kind of one dimensional. They're big burly man, big burly man with horrible accents, working for someone mysterious. Always sees the guy's hand on a phone. That's all. Their counterman, the one who's luring the girls in, is the opposite of these guys. This guy is charming and good looking, so that's how he lures the girls in and ends up doing something devious to trick them into coming with him and trick them into being captured. The villains are generic, including the guards assigned to the girls, who are desperate enough for some action. These are your stereotypical movie losers that are looking for action. And this kind of stuff that they have here is one of those things that they're looking for it. And so the girls lure them in with this false sense of what they want. And then, boom, they're released because the girls tricked them. That's how these girls escape. Sounds simple enough. I mean, the movie's over. Goodbye. I'll see you guys later with this review. No, honestly, it's not that simple. You see, the girls being held in an underground bunker in a compound. They don't know where, but we see it. It's in the middle of a desert. In the middle of a desert, folks. It's crazy because now it's they have to escape the desert. I don't know about you guys, but I've never been to a desert, but I've seen desert pictures. I've seen videos of deserts. It doesn't look like a place I want to be. Sand everywhere, dry, heat, stuff like that. So they also have to escape the desert in here. So not only do they have to escape these guys, but they also have to escape this desert and escape it fast. Hopefully they have the means to get out of here. The villains go after them, but these men have no problem had no problem kidnapping these women because their counterman kind of lured them in, kind of drugged them, kind of made these girls easy prey. But all of a sudden they're outmatched by them. In the desert, when the villains have weapons, to me this kind of took it out of the movie for me right now. The villains have weapons, and the girls were able to beat them. When they defeat the guy, the women leave the weapons behind. Always take the weapons with you. That's kind of a dumb motive. If, like, I don't know about you, but any type of survival thing I've seen, you take that weapon with you for your own survival. Especially in a desert. You never know when a coyote might show up. Or the chupacabra, for Pete's sake. Like, you never know. But the thing is about this. They're there. There's this one scene in the movie where this girl's hiding behind a truck. The guys get in the truck. And then she's like, oh, crap. They might back up over me. So she moves to the side of the truck. As the truck moves back, she's like right here. And the truck's right here. So when as the truck moves back, they would be able to see this girl there. They don't play into that aspect of it that this girl can be seen. They don't do that. So in other words, these guys are idiots. The grifter, the con artist, the con man, the one that is dubious in getting these ladies to do what he wants, was tricked by one of the girls to escape and is seen on video by the boss. He finds this guy with the phones of these girls and, whoa, here's the MacGuffin. Here's the MacGuffin. He has the phones of these girls. Girls who are all up on social media, who are all up on all this social media stuff. All of a sudden their phones ping because of this guy. Not a smart move, I might add, for this. Yeah. So the phones that all of a sudden ping the unread messages, the boss finds him and has him walk in the desert with his hands tied and shoots him in the shoulder. But when you see the next scene, his hands are in front of him, tied up. So they're actually tied in the back to begin with. They're tied up in the front in the next scene. Let's talk about these phones for a moment. The MacGuffin, like I said, in all this one, seems that these ladies are popular on social media. So they're not posting and answering calls for their parents who are worried about them. So this sting op is set up out of nowhere to try and track them down because these guys have been doing this for years. So this group is trying to track them down. The ping happens that I mentioned, and this is how this group saves the girls. This is how the girls pretty much escape. At times, the continuity is lost. Editing is a bit choppy, and the story at times seems rushed, and no investment into the ladies of this film. We do see some flashbacks of the stories, but we're not really truly invested in the main characters of these girls. We're not truly invested in any of these girls that are trying to escape. So it just seems like a random hodgepodge of women trying to escape these clutches of these kidnappers. The harsh environment of the desert sets the pace for survival. That is lost due to having inadequate hydration supplies in the desert. Yeah, there's no water. These girls don't stop for water. You're in a desert. You don't stop for water? Come on. And there's one, she's hiding in the shadows of the rocks. Literally, she's hiding in the shadows of the rocks for these two guys. And one guy goes to stabs her, misses her. She stabs him and belts the other guy in the head with a rock. Literally, she's hiding in the shadows of the rock. These guys can't see her. Always know where your surroundings are. And because of what I just said, I will have to give this movie a 2 out of 5. Yeah, I wasn't truly invested in this film. It's a movie seems to be an escape from the clutches of kidnappers, but then it becomes a quest for survival for these ladies in the desert. So that's an added plus. However, the reason I give it a 2.5 is, like I said, it's a bit choppy. Seems like the editing's a bit choppy. There's a prolonged, longer than it needs to be, drone shot in here. What else? Let's see. The MacGuffin is that's how they rescue from these pings. If these guys just kept his phone shut, they were not idiots. Let's see. Continuity is lost, like I said, with the guy with his thing. The villains are stupid. The editing's a bit choppy. The story at times seems a bit rushed and no investment at all. Like I said, despite all this harsh criticism that I just gave this movie, if what I talked about before this sounds interesting to you, check it out on March 15th on all streaming platforms. This movie was Escape by Saban Films. I mean, I didn't really care for it. You might. So check out your streaming platforms to see when this comes out for you on March 15th. Until then, make it a movie night and dive right in. I'll see you guys later. Bye.